Yo, wagwan everyone, Sanju Chia, and I wish I could say it's time for the long-awaited episode of Black Clover, but I don't think any Black Clover fan could say, they've been waiting for this episode, especially since it's the final episode of the Black Clover anime. For now, it seems episode 170. So, yo, honestly, even though when this reset arc started in the anime at the start, I wasn't really expecting to hear that the Black Clover anime was going to end, or at least end for now, because of course by now most of you have heard through the interwebs that there will be a Black Clover movie apparently, so that's going to be an interesting experience. I find it funny that a lot of series are finally, getting, well, between Black Clover, JJK, and what else is getting a movie? My Hero. A lot of anime movies seem to be in the works for the coming year essentially, so that's interesting. But yo, episode 170, it's been an interesting ride, especially since I just got into Black Clover last year. So final episode, let's see what it has to offer. Respect if you're tuning in for the first time. Of course, let me know what you thought about the episode, because I imagine you've watched the episode already, so yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, Sanju Chia, I hope you guys have had an awesome day. Let's get right into Black Clover episode 170, the final episode. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Final episode. And by chance the man just, passed through the gate. Right. Totally forgot it's because he had no magic. In the grand scheme of things, this might be, like, from a thematic standpoint, with Asta as the main character, a really good episode to actually do. The backstory of Asta. To this day, I still think that's too coincidental. Yeah, it's just wild, bro. Even though this hasn't been confirmed yet, I would think anime onlys are looking at that condition of Lucita and, like, theorizing that that might be the reason Asta doesn't have magic, potentially. Eee, shit. Wait. Is this the theme song played? Yeah. Yo, the animation better turn up for this now. Yeah, Dodge. Looking clean. Let's go. Yeah. Yo, let's go. Yeah. Repeat. We do know. Yeah, but you know, someone not just closing my eyes all the time, just Dog. Yo, honestly, that's a very powerful statement by Nacht. Ooh, best girl. Alright, so as you can tell, the lights are baking me, literally. So let's wrap this up. So that was episode 170 of the Black Clover anime, the final episode, as it seems, for now at least. It would be hard to believe that Black Clover anime wise isn't going to make a return. It'd be hard to believe, honestly, with the success the franchise has had for the most part. Maybe not the best in manga sales, but in terms of popularity here in the West, and in terms of the anime, you know, doing well for, you know, TV Tokyo, right? Yeah, then I would say Black Clover more like will make a return in 2022 more than likely, after the, you know, the movie has had its run. So there's that. Now, in terms of this episode in itself, as I was saying there during the reaction section, this episode I feel is, in terms of a narrative or thematic kind of standpoint, or at least when it comes down to relevance to the main character, in the grand scheme of things, thinking about it now, this episode was a decent place to actually end the anime. You know, getting more of the backstory of, you know, Liebe, well, and just to see how he met Asta's mom. Of course, that relates to Asta, and seeing how Asta even got to the church, and, you know, all these things. So I like that. It was a nice place to end it, I would say. Of course, in terms of like the manga anime comparison, naturally the fights, you know, for the sake of it being the last episode and, you know, playing the opening one theme song, they had to, you know, drag out the whole, you know, sword dodge sequence. But, you know, it wasn't like, it's not a negative against the episode. I liked it. It was good. But definitely, like, if you're a manga reader, you could tell that they kind of dragged that out for the sake of, you know, it being the final episode. And as I said, it's not a negative against the episode. I liked it. It worked, and basically it helped to achieve what this episode was trying to achieve, being a somewhat of a finale. So I like that as well. Of course, Asta being Asta by the end there, befriending Liebe, which of course is in line with his character, which, you know, is it might be the cliche, you know, shonen main character thing to do. So, but when it relates to Black Clover, in terms of Asta's character, it still falls in line with what he has, you know, stood for since episode 1 until now. So, you know, cliche, but not a negative all the same. So there's that. But of course, I think when it comes on to like even this flashback with Liebe and Lucita, I think if Tabata has his way, like, just for argument's sake, if Shonen Jump was going to say, you know, cancel Black Clover, just for argument's sake, but in turn Tabata ended up having his way, I think this episode is a reflection of the reason why Black Clover, even though in the current arc where it is in the manga, can't necessarily end after this current arc in the manga, especially if Tabata wants to be thorough with what he's doing, because there's too many things that need to be cleared up, I feel, in terms of Lucita just having a condition, that, you know, drains the life force and magic of other persons. Is that some curse related, like related to Magicula? Maybe, maybe not, and that's not explained. It's not really explained how she just coincidentally came upon the 5-leaf grimoire for the most part. I just find that too coincidental. And then even with the swords, the demon dweller, the demon slayer, in terms of those swords, like, how did they actually get into the grimoire in the first place? You know, it just feels like there's some story beats that need to be fleshed out or at least explored, so for us to get a big picture. It feels like we just don't have the full picture, and I think that this episode and this flashback kind of reinforces that notion. So that's the thing at the end of the day. Now, in terms of the episode itself, in terms of art and animation, definitely good. I don't really have any problems in terms of this episode, and in terms of that department, the visuals were good. I liked it. Of course, in terms of the takeaway line for this episode, I definitely, and I loved it when I heard it in the manga as well, when, you know, and I'm basically paraphrasing now, when Nacht was saying that, you know, you did the right thing, but it's not always the case when you're right that you'll be rewarded, essentially, or if you're good, you'll be rewarded. So that's a line that I think everybody can, you know, empathize with and actually feel to their core in real life. So yeah, that's the thing. So at the end of the day, you still need power to kind of ensure that you don't lose what's important to you. So I think, all things considered, it was a decent finale for the anime for now, and I'm looking forward to what's going to come with the movie. I know a lot of persons, or even a friend that is saying that more than likely they'd want the Black Clover Quartet Knights game to be adapted into a movie. So I never played the game myself or even watching the playthroughs, so yeah, but let me know what you think about that idea. That aside, I am interested coming out of this to see how the sales of Black Clover will be affected over the course of the next year, or even 6 to 12 months, now that the anime is kind of out of the picture. So there's that. So let's see how it goes. But all in all, Black Clover has been an experience. As I said, I got into it last year, and it's been fun. It's been fun and entertaining. If you haven't checked out my initial thoughts on Black Clover when I got into it, I'll definitely link the playlist at the end here. But it's entertaining. It kind of reminds me, like, in terms of critically, you know, judging this series, it's similar to, like, say, a Boruto, in which I'd say it's not, I feel like I'm in the middle of the road, whereas it's not the best thing in the world, but it's not as bad as how everybody who trashes the series says it is. It's entertaining, it's good, you see me? So I don't have a problem with it. Black Clover all the way, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Tabata has. I know I haven't really covered any manga chapters in terms of videos in a while, but let's see if we can change that going forward now that the anime is done for now. But anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. I'm gonna need to kind of like change, get some food, exercise, be it all these lovely things, and the night is kind of going away fast. So it is what it is, and I still need to put this video together to upload it. So yeah, but anyway, Sanju Chia, thanks for tuning in. More Black Clover content to come. Thanks for, you know, just making it this far. If you made it this far, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Black Clover video.